Sheba Hart was never meant for chaos, yet she found herself tangled in it. A gentle, artistic woman with a soft heart, she entered the world of teaching believing she could inspire young minds. But she was naive, too naive to recognize the dangers that lurked not just in others, but within herself. When she stepped into the classroom on that first day, she had no idea that one of those young minds would unravel her life. Barbara Covett, on the other hand, was a woman who had spent decades molding herself into someone unshakable. A veteran teacher, she prided herself on her discipline, her structure, and above all, her ability to see through people. She watched the world from a distance, always analyzing, always noting things down in the journal that had become her closest companion. Barbara did not believe in friendship, not in the way others did. To her, relationships were about control, about knowing who needed whom more. Stephen Connolly was the kind of student Sheba should have been wary of. He had the restless energy of youth, the recklessness of someone who had seen too much too soon. But Sheba did not see the warning signs. She saw a boy who needed guidance, a student with potential. And then, she saw something else, something dangerous, something thrilling. She saw herself reflected in his admiration. It started as stolen moments in the art room. Sheba believed it was harmless, that she was merely indulging in attention that made her feel alive. But attraction is a slippery slope. A casual touch. A lingering glance. A kiss that was not planned but not stopped either. And suddenly, she was no longer just a teacher, she was a woman making the kind of mistake that rewrites the course of a life. Barbara saw it before anyone else did. She had always been observant, and Sheba was predictable in her emotions. At first, Barbara simply watched, taking notes in her journal, documenting every misstep. But she did not report it. Not yet. She held on to the knowledge like a secret weapon, waiting for the right moment. Because Barbara was lonely. She had built a world where she was in control, but control is a poor substitute for companionship. Sheba, with her vulnerability, her need for comfort, became Barbara's project. And so, when the weight of Sheba's secret became unbearable, Barbara was the one she turned to. Sheba confessed everything, believing she was speaking to a friend. She wept, terrified of what she had done, of what would happen if the truth came out. Barbara, calm and measured, assured her that it would remain between them. And in that moment, Barbara knew she had won. She had become irreplaceable. There is no greater power than holding someone's secret in the palm of your hand. Barbara knew this. She let Sheba believe she was safe, that she was protected. But protection is a fragile thing when it is built on control rather than kindness. Barbara did not see Sheba as a friend, she saw her as a possession, a bird caught in a cage of her own making. The affair was doomed from the start. These things never stay buried. A careless mistake, a slip of the tongue, a whisper in the wrong place. The truth came out, and it came out violently. The school erupted in scandal. Parents, teachers, authorities, everyone turned against Sheba. She was no longer an artist, a teacher, a mother. She was a villain, a cautionary tale. Barbara stood beside her, unwavering, whispering reassurances in the midst of the chaos. But Sheba, for the first time, saw what had been there all along. Barbara had never been her friend. She had been her keeper. Desperation can blind a person, but betrayal can wake them up. Sheba confronted Barbara, saw the manipulation woven into every kind word, every gesture of comfort. And for the first time, she took control. She walked away, leaving Barbara behind. Barbara, alone once again, returned to her journal. She turned the page and began to write, as if Sheba had merely been another chapter in a much longer story. And in a way, she was. Because Barbara would find someone new. She always did. There are people who mistake obsession for love, control for care. And there are people who mistake attention for affection, validation for connection. Sheba and Barbara were both prisoners of their own weaknesses, one desperate to be seen, the other desperate to be needed. In the end, the greatest lesson was not about betrayal or scandal. It was about the dangers of loneliness, the cost of seeking validation in the wrong places, and the power of secrets that can either destroy us or set us free.